Hi, welcome. In this video, I'm out here with my newest board and train, Oliver. Oliver is a Rottweiler, about 6 months of age, holding a lot of control, okay? So his owners just brought him here about 10 minutes ago, okay? So right away, getting Oliver into the crate. I have the remote collar. That's why I use the remote collar. See, he's pushing here. So I'm gonna vibrate him. Again, vibrate him. See, vibrating him, distracting him. He wants to push, he's pushing against the crate door here. Again, that type of forward control. Okay, and here you can tell he's not liking this. Okay, definitely sensing his owner has left. So I'm going to tap, see, just vibrating him back. That changes his focus here. And so just getting him centered. Now you can see the type, understand this is a stress level. You're dealing with a dog, especially the younger dog, okay, it's holding a lot of control. Okay, there's more stress comes on the dog. Okay, and this is where, again, same thing here, just tapping, again, tap a little bit, you know, picking certain moments here. Again, that is forward, and I'm really going to start to pressure him, get him back. So I gave him a little bit of a shock there, just for a more determined moment there. He's really going to try to push out. So just, again, getting him to understand that, hey, you know what, I'm in control here. But again, not trying to get him even thinking for a second he's going to go into a down. That's definitely not going to happen. But I'm just getting him to start to, you know, move back a little bit and not express that level of control. Okay, so here I'm going to spend a few minutes just, again, getting him to somewhat, you know, develop a somewhat of a understanding. Okay, I'm going to get him out here in a few minutes to work more directly with him. Okay, I'm actually going to be using the pressure collar here a little bit too. Just getting him to start to understand that this is about relationship change, okay? But again, understand something here. When you're dealing with a dog with this much control, this much stress on them, they're still working through, okay? Which means that you have to consider that this is a process, and how I explain this is, you know, you have to still, there's still accommodation in a way where you have to, you know, kind of keep things leveled out so you're not coming off as, you know, overbearing, okay? Or putting a dog in a position where they're going to go into high challenge. And this is where, too, even when I'm deciding when I'm going to bring a dog out to work them, you say Oliver right now, you know, he's more into a challenge state here. He's very, you know, a little upset about all this. I'll take some extra time with the crate just to get him to start to kind of get a sense of things, relax a little more. Then I'll bring him out. So I'll take the time out here. I have my little desk area here where just being in his airspace this way and using the remote collar, picking certain, you know, more high challenge moments here just to get him to, like right now I'm not doing anything with the remote collar. I've used it just enough to get his attention a little bit, but not in a bad way. Okay, you know, 90% of it is just vibration. Okay, if I'm going to use shock on a dog, even at a lower level, it's going to be when he's got his teeth into that crate or he's really trying to bust out of it where he could hurt himself. Okay, that's when you use kind of pick those moments, but then you're kind of intermixing. Okay, so so right here again, a lot of stress on him. It's physiological. You know, even right here, I'm just relaxed out here too. So even as a trainer, you know, I'm not out here, you know, staring at him and trying to, you know, tower over him. You know, it is leadership. Okay, it's about relationship control, but it's just about me being in his airspace in a calm way, in a way that does represent change that's going to happen, but in a way that I want him to be agreeable. Okay, but again, he's going to be very disagreeable for a few minutes at least, especially. But then again, this is where you just kind of recognize that, and you just don't directly engage. Like I don't, you know, I'm not going to get him out here right away to work directly with him. But even when I do work with him, you'll see it on the video, how I'm working with him is going to be done in such a way that it's going to be even taking my time. You know, it's about getting in his head the right way, not putting undue force on him. Because again, still recognizing that, you know, he's holding a lot of control. So this is a 2-week process here. So, but the initial part of it is always the most challenging for a trainer and for the dog for the first day or two, because you know, this is when kind of like the big switchovers happen. But you see here, I'm not doing anything. I'm just hanging out here. I'm standing here near the crate. He recognizes that I'm the one in control. He does recognize that I'm the one with the remote collar, okay? But I'm not doing anything. And my goal here is just to get a level of relaxation. So, you know, for me, I want him just to start to kind of cool his jets a little bit and not be so pushy. And so when I do open that door up, okay, to connect with him, you know, right away, we already have a somewhat of a conversation going here. I recognize him that, see, right here. So this is where, you know, I like for him to, you know, to sit down, just relax for a few minutes, calm down a little bit. Because that's what it is, a little bit of this whole pushing forward. This is where at first, you know, you get dogs trying to break out of the crate. Especially dogs are holding a lot of control, and you have to be really, you really want to, you know, deal with that first. But here, notice I'm not rewarding him. I'm not emotionalizing him. I'm not, you want to, you know, again, you want to connect through leadership. Just like when a parent, you know, makes contact with a child. And here's the thing to consider, especially once the child's already become selfish. Okay, understand that changes everything. And here's no different. Once a dog already has a certain level of control, you know, and here's the thing too to understand about, you know, with Oliver. You know, Oliver is in a situation, okay, with his owner where he's in full control, and even there, his owner's having a great difficulty with Oliver because Oliver is just shutting down completely, using his body weight, okay, to flatten out, to stop being led, okay, doing all sorts of things, very destructive behaviors going on, okay, and the danger with that is within another couple months, it's going to lead into someone getting bitten. Okay, this is going to not end well at all for Oliver. So thank goodness he's going through this process, because this is what it's about turning this around. So again, just hanging, just taking, and this is what this is about. A lot of this, you know, when I'm working with dogs, a lot of this is just this type of thing here at first. It's just me being in their airspace like this, and, you know, with authority. But, you know, out here I'm just calm and relaxed. Okay, again, when you're using any sort of a device or anything like that, okay, there's a recognition that, you know, I'm doing it, but there's also recognition that I'm calm at the same time. I'm not looking for a fight. Okay, but I am projecting authority over him, influence onto him, and a lot of this is just letting him kind of de-escalate. You know, letting him deal with this, letting him process this, which is what's happening right now. Because from this moment forward, for the whole 2 weeks, this is what it's going to be in terms of leadership. It won't be like this. I mean, this is always the worst, I say the most challenging moment in the relationship is the initial contact. Okay, because it's a recognition of, you know, the relationship is changing. Because someone else is stepping fully into the role for the first time, his owner is left, he senses that, and so this is why he's the panting, the drooling, isn't because he's thirsty. Okay, it's because his mind is pulling in really, really hard, and it's causing stress, a stress reaction on him. It's physiological. So again, this is just symptomatic. Okay, but again, this plays into everything else going on in the relationship. So, so again, I'm just taking my time here with him.